So listen, I know a lot of ed techie people out there have been skeptical about Wakelet from day one, but you know, it is stuck around, so maybe you're still wondering about Wakelet. So I want to show you a little bit about how I use it and why I love it. So here I am, I'm logged in to my account, and this is where I have a number of collections. I have so many collections, but this isn't what people outwardly necessarily see. So if I click here, I'm going to open this in a new tab, or I'm going to just open this up. It'll take you to my public facing site, which I do keep in my email profile, where I kind of can organize the different collections that I have that are public. So you can have unlisted and private collections as well. So I have a whole section about my Canvas resources, professional development resources, and specific content-based resources. So I love making collections in here. So for example, I have this Canvas quiz accommodations. You can bring together so many different types of media. So yes, I made a YouTube video about it and tutorial walkthrough, but I also added some text to help people be more aware of what to be looking for, and I added some links to the Canvas community and their support pages. So again, it starts off with this video, adjusting due dates, availability dates, and so on. I can add in some text. I can add in some images to call out, and down a little bit further, like I said, I can add in some of these Canvas options. Some people don't like that you're scrolling down a lot, but I would argue that on our phones, we're often scrolling vertically. But you do have the option to see it if you click on it, you can see it this way, and then you can scroll horizontally as well through the different content that comes up. How easy is it for me to share this? I just click on share. I can make it public. As I said, I can also make it private or unlisted. And we use Canvas in our district, so if I wanted to take this Wakelet and plop it into a Canvas course, I could use the embed code. And as you can see, it also shares nicely with Teams and Google Classroom. What if I wanted to invite teachers to add their ideas about how they put in place accommodations in Canvas quizzes? Well, all I need to do is click Invite Collaborators, and I can copy this link and put it perhaps in the Canvas course or in an email and say, hey teachers, would you post your ideas about how you accommodate students in quizzes in Canvas? All I need to do is use that link. If I need to reset that link for any reason, I can. I can also, of course, add them by email. The wonderful thing about adding collaborators is they can only add, but they cannot delete anything that's on there that was put on there by you or put on there by another person. So you could see how this could have a lot of potential in the classroom as well. So if I go back home, let's see. One of the big things that I want to bring you to, a lot of people love Padlet, right? There's no doubt about that. In the ed tech world, people are nuts about Padlet, but not so much when they limited you down to 3 boards and you had to constantly delete. Well, guess what? Wakelet doesn't limit you in any way, and it's completely free, and they're so educator friendly. They're just amazing. So let's say I want to do that. I want to invite people to come in and add things to my Wakelet a la Padlet. So I'm going to create. I can set some different layouts. Mood board might be one that's very similar to Padlet. And then they also have this lovely column layout that they've just added on. So I'm going to do mood board in this case, and it'll kind of show up like a Pinteresty Padlet kind of look. I can add a cover image that I can upload or search Unsplash, but I'm going to leave those things alone for now. And like I said, it's just easy to add any text, and then it defaults to a web address. But let's say, and I love this, let's say I'm obviously typing text in and I click enter, well, Wakelet is automatically going to change that, knowing that I messed up, to a text box. And I can do any editing that I'd like to do and click done, and now that's shown up. Other things you can add here is the text box, so you can click to add a text box if you'd like. Click done there. You can add images, bookmarks, PDFs, and look, so much more. Tweets. You can add a Flipgrid video, which will bring up the Flipgrid Shorts camera right here within Wakelet. YouTube videos, Google Drive files, OneDrive files, and even Adobe Creative Cloud. Again, if I want to invite people to share their ideas in here, all I need to do is click share and invite collaborators. The possibilities are endless when you're creating collections. I love to create collections to go along with my synchronous PDs. They're much more visual instead of just a doc full of links. I can continue adding to it, and they might happen to browse and come across my other sources. Another thing that I created is you can have spaces as well if you want a space perhaps for a specific classroom or a specific book club or group. So I created one space about Canvas best practices, and all my collections about our district Canvas best practices are placed in here. Going back home, I just want to show you briefly what that new column layout looks like. So I recently made a collection on Perusal, another tool that's a great free social annotation tool. And I wanted to put together some resources for teachers. And so instead of having to scroll vertically all the way down, I did use the column layout so that they could easily see and find what they were looking for. So any introduction materials are here, getting started videos and links and text, what are the different assignment types, how do you grade, and webinars. So that's what that looks like. The other thing that is fantastic about Wakelet, like I said, they're super educator friendly, and they know that there's a lot of potential in students curating resources and creating digital portfolios and then having some kind of audience to share them with. And so they put together classrooms where you can invite even those that are 13 and under. It has compliance. You can create a classroom, importing in those rosters from Google Classroom, Microsoft, or Clever. So teachers can create these great collaboration spaces using Wakelet classrooms. You can search and explore other collections. And then the other thing I just want to bring your attention to is these templates. So a lot of Wakelet collections, it's up to you if you want them to be copyable or not. And so they've created a wonderful set of templates. So let's say you want to use Wakelet for a lesson plan that's easy to share with students, substitutes, administrators, and families. You can grab their template here. So let's open it up and take a look in just a moment, but I do also just want to point out, all right, do you want a lesson plan, a newsletter, distance learning, librarians, exit tickets? So many options, and like I said, you can just build on your own as your curated resources. I tell you, it's that answer to the question, where do I save all these things that I find, these tweets, these videos, these blog posts, these random Google files? They can all come together here. And even if you're scrolling on your phone and find something that you love and want to save, you can use the Wakelet app and save it to those collections. So let's just open up this lesson plan template. What might this look like? What's the topic for the day? What are the objectives, the resource materials? And add links, right? You can add links to articles. You can record a video right here in Flipgrid, or bring in a YouTube video. So many things. Add multimedia to keep people engaged and students engaged. And then, hey, what's your homework? And what's the deadline? So if I want to use that for my lesson plan for today, that's super easy to share. All I need to do is copy this collection and boom, it's brought right over. So Wakelet is a Swiss Army knife. And if nothing else, if you loved Padlet, but don't like how you only get 3 now, give Wakelet a try. I think you're going to love it.